In 2002, Amy and I toured through Gujarat to locate and record the music of African Indians known as the Sidis. We found them in more than 20 locations, ranging from small villages located in forests where they were the dominant majority, to large cities like Ahmedabad and Vadodara, where they were barely perceptible minorities. They had come to India many hundreds of years ago as entrepreneurs, soldiers, and not least of them as enslaved Africans. In India, they'd been discriminated against, and to this day, most of them are non-literate and often unemployed.
Although their socioeconomic conditions were of some concern, our research was focused on their music, songs, and dances, especially as they related to their religious rituals. Our research culminated in a CD of their music released by Apsara Media in 2002.
We were excited to discover that they still had instruments that must originally have come from Africa, since there were no counterparts in India. At the same time, we were distressed to learn that some of the stringed instruments that the elders recalled were no longer being used, like these lyres called nangas, which now remain only as stringless shells against the wall of one of their shrines. Another, the Malunga, a musical bow, was evidently fast on its way to disappearance. We could locate only 10 or so, and all the performers were elderly. These two were virtually blind and hardly able to walk. We felt that the situation was serious enough to warrant our intervention, and the Sidis agreed.
We were fortunate to work with Sidi Salam of Rajpipla, the inheritor of the title Nishandar, or bearer of the Sidis' ritual insignia, which is the Malunga.
He was not only one of the remaining active players of the instrument, but also knew how to make them. So we commissioned him to make a dozen or more. Together we decided that the best way to introduce the younger generation to the instrument was to hold a camp in which Sidi teachers could interact with the youth and expose them to a live-in experience of the Malunga. Here again we were extraordinarily fortunate, as Mr. Dhanraj Malik, who owned a desert tourist camp in remote Zainabad, offered to put up a large group of participants in such a project and to provide food for all of them at his own cost. Our scheme also appealed to the Indian National Theatre, whose leader, Maltiben Javeri, offered administrative assistance, as well as a second camera person, Ramchandar Varak, and a photographer, Ambrish Devar.
We sent Abdul Hamid Sidi, our research assistant in 2002 and occasional camera person, to return to the locations we had surveyed together, and to select and recruit the teachers and students to participate in the camp, offering full expenses and daily pocket money as we had proposed.
This film is a brief record of the week-long Malunga camp.
We met in the dining area on the first day to discuss the project. 16